Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the At Home Gooner. Now, we're going to start off by saying I'm really sorry for the noise you can hear at the back. It's not my anger revving up. It's actually my next door neighbour's car. They decided to, at 9 o'clock this evening, start revving their motor as hard as possible. So, apologise for that. So, what are we going to talk about today? I don't know why I'm laughing. There's nothing to laugh about. There we go. Yep. Cheers. Thanks for that. That's normally at 6 o'clock in the morning. So she's obviously gone out for a beer tonight. Well, I'm having one as well because I'm celebrating, commiserating, or whatever you want to call it, the demise of Arsenal's season. Now, at least we have lasted until May. But I'm just going to say, full disclosure, my podcast with Ant on the Going Great Guns podcast will be dropping tomorrow around about the same sort of time as the West Brom game, so it gives you something to watch rather than us huffing and puffing to some sort of result against Big Sam's West Brom. This is just going to be me now having a quick rant about Thursday. We're going to more depth with Anthony at Gooner Gospel and myself on the hashtag Going Great Guns podcast, like I say, which drops tomorrow. So cheers, Gooners. I believe the phrase is smoking with forgotten because we're going down. Obviously not relegated, but you know, as a team we are we're just dropping dread like a stone, like a lead weight, like a lead balloon, whatever you want to say. You know, you can be pro Arteta, you can be pro Edu if you want, right, and still want more for the club. Yeah, you're not going to get some ridiculous rant from me. Aubameyang. You're not going to get that from me. That's not what I do, right? That's why it takes a couple of days extra after a result for me to drop a pod, because I don't want to do that nonsense. That is just ridiculous, right? That's overacting. That's overreacting. It's just doing whatever they can to get some sort of, like, you know, fans of other clubs to go, look at this idiot sharing the podcast. Well, I'm not about clicks. I'm not about likes. If you want to listen to me, brilliant. I love it. I love the fact that people do listen. I love the fact that people tune in, right? I am trying to be as honest and genuine as I can be, all right? And this is me, yeah? So I'm going to lay it on the line. I genuinely don't know where I feel about Arteta, right? Because this is why. There is a great coach in there, and he's having to deal with a lot of crap at the club at the moment, and he's having to make do with a lot of stuff, but so are other managers. He's got a little bit of leeway from me because he's learning on the job. That's not his fault. He shouldn't have been given the job as Arsenal manager so early in his career. Look at Frank Lampard, but also look at Frank Lampard. They got rid because he was not producing results. Thomas Tuchel has taken them to a Champions League final. Chelsea have just beaten Man City today, just before me recording this. They're the same team. They're the same team. They're getting better results, right? I watched that game, right? The Europa League. I was trying to think to myself, what would happen if we flipped it around, right? If the home leg had been first and it was 0-0, we would have said not ideal, but not bad. They didn't score an away goal. Fine. The way leg happens, you go, that was a bit weird. We conceded 2 goals. We got one as well. We thought we were going to go through, but we didn't. Whatever. We just needed one more goal. And that was what the whole thing was with the tie. We just needed one more goal. If you look at it that way round, right? And I try to look at things different ways. But what will never sit right with me is the way that these players are being, I tweeted it at the time, they are being coached out of all individuality, right? You've got Joe Willock, people saying he's not good enough for Arsenal. He scored a goal against Liverpool. He scored, I think it's 4 goals in 5 games to Newcastle. He's got more goals since going on loan to Newcastle than our midfield have, right? We're still sticking by Dani Ceballos. Dani Ceballos could be a great player. He does want to be a great player in the Premier League. He does not want to be a great player for Arsenal. Joe Willock does. He wants to play for this, right? And that's what we've got to get our heads around at our club. Sometimes it's not about having the best players in the world. Alex Ferguson's sides weren't all star-studded sides. Kleberson, Poborski, Valencia. I could go on to Sylvester. I could go on and on, right? What he did, he got a couple of world-class players and built workhorse, players around them that did all the dirty work that allowed the great players to flourish and perform. Even their current manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, he wasn't world-class, but it was Ferguson who had to manage him and brought him on when he needed him. Mikel Arteta, as much as you can see green shoots, I've said it so many times, green shoots are coming. There is bits and pieces there, but he's learning on the job. He's a new manager learning on the job. You should not be doing your apprenticeship as the manager of Arsenal Football Club. End of. As he could be a brilliant coach in the future, but we should have brought him in as a youth team coach like Per Mertesacker. He should have got that job first and worked his way up. He might have the best intensive of the club ever, like we all have. But if he ain't up to scratch yet, it's not worth pursuing with him. And I don't know what the answer is. I don't know who we get in. Right back at the very beginning, I actually wanted us to get Carlo Ancelotti when Wenger was first sacked, not before even Unai Emery. I don't know who there is out there, but you're looking at teams like, say, even Spurs. They can't continue with Ryan Mason because he's not good enough. He's not even good enough for them, and that's saying something. And I don't know where we go as Arsenal Football Club. I don't. All I know is I'm going to follow them. It don't matter where they are. You see people put on their Twitter feeds, Gooner till I die, Arsenal till I die, I love this club in red and white, and they're posting rubbish like, that's it, I'm packing up, I'm not going to... Look, we've all felt like throwing the towel in. We've all felt like saying, that's it, I'm done with football, I'm going to go and watch lawn bowls instead. But even if I did do that, I would still support Arsenal. If you're all willing to chop and change a team, regardless of sport or anything like that, you're not a supporter. You're a fan. Arsenal could be playing in the second division. They could be doing what's happened to Sheffield Wednesday and get relegated today. And I would still support them. I don't support these guys or this club because of what they have won, although it's nice to be able to lord that over some certain club. That's not why I do it, though. It's because I found somewhere. I found something that linked me to a football club, to a community, to a team, to people. So this video, I'm not going into any tactical analysis. I'm not doing any of that because that's tomorrow with my good mate, and we're going to get down to the nitty gritty and the bare bones. This is just to say, you can be whatever you like. You can be Arteta in, Arteta out, Kroenke in, although I don't know anyone that would be that. Kroenke out. You could be Ceballos, get rid, or you could say sell the lot of them. Whatever you are, right? I don't care. But if you're willing to say, I'm going to chop this all in and support someone else, don't ever put Arsenal till I die. Don't ever put whatever team you are now currently following till I die, because you're not, right? And don't play up to the cameras and don't do any of that mugging. Just, on Sunday, it's a nothing game. It's a dead rubber. It's going to be one of the most pointless games in Premier League history. But I'm going to support my team because they're my team. And I support them when I'm on the pitch. Right? And that's all any Arsenal fan asks of any other Arsenal fan. Get behind the team for the 90 minutes you're on the pitch. Moan and bitch about them, but afterwards, complain, protest, whatever. Brilliant. Crack on. That's your right. That's your right. But what you should be doing is backing the team when they're on the pitch. I know it's hard. Thursday. All right, I'm going to a little sneak preview of the podcast tomorrow, man. Thursday was the first time I've watched a semi-final, any semi-final that Arsenal were involved in, and not felt nervous. There was nothing. I was dead inside. I don't know why. I don't know why. You had Karen Kearney banging on about, I feel nervous for Arsenal, I feel nervous for Arsenal. I didn't, because of what was happening on the pitch. Because I could see. It had 0-0 written all over it. But I still watched it. I still carried on. I still sat there and said, come on, lads, in my head. You know, I was still going. So anyway, that's my little bit. And it's basically just a plug for tomorrow's podcast with Ant. It's at Gooner Gospel, at Gooner Armchair. Tag us on Facebook, DM us, join in, because honestly, we'd like to have more voices. You don't even have to be Arsenal fans. Join in, have a football chat, and hopefully we will see you then. Enjoy your football. Spurs lost today, so that's something at least, right, Gooners? We can at least look at that. Jamie O'Hara is having meltdowns on Twitter. We can at least take that. At least. Peace out. Take it easy. And I love the club. So we'll take that from there. Have a good evening, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow.